Crypto holders, what is up? The bear trap. The Chinese bear trap. The Chinese finger trap. You guys ever use those things? You know? Anyway. Crazy day yesterday in markets. A lot of fear, of course, when we did yesterday's stream. Everybody freaking out. Over what? A Chinese company that came out with an AI model that may or may not have had access to a giant warehouse full of Nvidia GPUs. Allegedly. Anyway, we got the latest on that. Some sentiment analysis. Looking at some charts. Looking at some Bitcoin news. Lots of stuff going on. Your questions, second half of the stream. Let's get into it. So, let's do it. Look at this. Was this the bear trap? You know, I've seen this chart shared many, many times. And perhaps this whole month of January has been something of a sentiment trap, a bear trap, a moment when people just slowly give up and walk away. Because it has been hard. We had this initial surge of enthusiasm around the Trump administration. Then around Christmas, markets started faltering a bit. We've had some small pumps, started January pump. Basically, every Monday we've had a pump by a dump. Basically, every Monday we've had a dump. Then by Friday, everyone's, new paradigm money vibes again. It's been pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy. We definitely did have a big sentiment extreme, though, back around the Trump inauguration. So I still think the best days of this market are ahead of us. I'm almost thinking we're setting up for something, a 2017 repeat. We're going to do a video on that for you soon. As always, talking about the different ideas, different narratives, all that kind of stuff. Bro, you're starting to sound bearish. What are you talking about? I might sound like a bear today because I got bronchitis, apparently. But don't let that fool you, man. Don't let that fool you, Eminem. Okay? Bernie. I see you, Bernie. Don't let that fool you, okay? Now, a bear trap is something that catches people off guard because they start believing in all the scary narratives, okay? And as I was saying yesterday, probably not that big of a deal. People tend to overreact to these kind of things. Futures markets were overreacting. When, of course, the market actually came out, it's funny, actually. Nvidia dropped 20% approximately yesterday. Meta hit a new all-time high, so the Facebook stocks. It's quite hilarious to think about because why do we only correlate to the one stock that's going down? Why didn't we correlate to Meta, huh? What, is crypto only an AI play? No, of course it's not. It's absolutely ridiculous. These kind of fears tend to have strong overreactions in the market. That's what we were talking about yesterday. It's crazy stuff, isn't it? Nvidia takes a big old fat dump yesterday over these AI fears, which, partially founded, partially unfounded. I think there's definitely some in between there. Apparently there was a DDoS attack on DeepSeek. I wonder who could have done such a thing. Surely it wouldn't have been any of the American competitor companies. No, that would just be crazy. Look at this. China plans to invest $140 billion in development of AI technologies. Now, you have to understand right now, there is an arms race going on between the United States and China in the AI markets. Okay, this is why China is restricted from buying certain American-made chips. And of course, they can still get them. As somebody asked, how could they have gotten all those chips for Nvidia? It's called the black market, dude. They literally, anything you want is available for the right price. Let's just put it that way. There's always a way. Anyway, last week, Trump announces $500 billion for the AI markets. This week, China, $140 billion. So the two superpowers of the world in the last week have just committed $640 billion into the AI markets. And everybody's out here being bearish. Are you kidding me? This is going to pump us up like crazy. Now, I've got my own thesis around, I've got my own thesis around what comes of the AI explosion we're about to see. Because I have this fear. I'll make a whole video breaking this down for you guys one of these days, but I have this fear that it's going to lead actually to the next Great Depression. Now, you may think, how could that happen? AI is going to be fantastic. Yeah, it's probably going to lead to the unemployment of hundreds of millions of people, especially when you combine it with the uptick in humanoid robots, which Elon Musk estimates there's going to be, like 10 billion of them by the year 2040 or something like that. It's a story for another day. Anyway, until then, immaculate vibes, all right? AI pumping. $640 billion into AI. My AI coins may be slaughtered right now, but not for long, okay? We're going to see the vibes come back in the market. You watch. Marty Bent saying DeepSeek dropping 2 days after Trump, Altman, Ellison, and Massa press conference was a direct shot across the bow for the United States and its plans during the Trump presidency. A lot of capital has already been allocated, is about to be evaporated, but with that come incredible opportunities on the horizon. Individuals and companies need Bitcoin now more than ever. Of course they do. Of course they do. What's the one thing China can't just arbitrarily print more of or sneak ahead of America on? Bitcoin. Bitcoin, guys. It's always Bitcoin. Here's an interesting one from Moon Overlord. Actually, really well played by this guy. Lies about how many chips he has, but about 100x. Shorts Nvidia, releases OpenAI competitor, rakes cash all day before people realize he's a fraud in terms of the cost of DeepSeek and how many chips he has. Crazy stuff. So this has been in response to the high flyer hedge fund company as the backer of the AI firm DeepSeek. Likelihood of DeepSeek's $7 billion hedge fund parent is shorting Nvidia and considered this into their decision to open source their model, emphasizing its $5 million training cost. That would be some next level shit, man. Imagine that. Imagine like you don't even know, man. You don't even know. There's multi-dimensional chess going on here all the damn time, isn't it? Massive manipulation all the time, every day. Crazy stuff. There were even some theories that the OpenAI whistleblower got unalived as part of all of this kind of stuff. Now, that's a bit of an extreme theory, but would you be surprised? That wouldn't. Hey, dollar index continuing to fall, by the way, down around 107 today. But if this chart plays out, we could see a lot of dollar weakness for the rest of the year, which is what Trump wanted. Trump wanted a weaker dollar. Trump's getting a weaker dollar. Okay. So that's good stuff. Weaker dollar means good news for your risk assets. Everything is lining up. And I will not have my bull run derailed by some $6 million AI project out of China, man. Come on. Markets are a lot bigger than that, okay? And of course, the funny fact is this AI company was using Nvidia chips, and yet Nvidia drops 20%. They probably had 50,000 H1s, or H100s, which was what a lot of people are saying. Elon Musk coming out saying it's bullshit that they didn't do this without a whole giant pile of Nvidia chips. It just doesn't work like that. Okay. Guys, if you're not on BitUnix yet, get on BitUnix. Best place to be trading crypto coins. Okay. No KYC, no VPN, no BS. Just trade with freedom. Use the link down below to start your account. Deposit $1,000, you're gonna get 20% back. That's $200 back in your pocket. Not bad, right? Not bad. Pretty cool bonus going on right now. Plus a big trading competition. Top prize is up to 60K. Go check it out. All the top coins, deep liquidity across all the big stuff as well. They always list hot and altcoins straight away too. So lots to love about trading on BitUnix. I'm doing most of my trading there these days. You can join me. Link down below. Thank you very much. Okay. Michael Gigachad Sailor. I mean, he's got to have like a dude with a wheelbarrow just following him around all the time, doesn't he? He just puts the balls in the wheelbarrow and can walk normally. He's got the dude with the wheelbarrow behind him. I mean, somebody's got to be Michael Saylor's ball wheelbarrow guy. What a job. Anyway, MicroStrategy has got another 10,000 Bitcoin. Crazy stuff, man. Look at that. 471,000 BTC now. Can't stop, won't stop. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Absolutely wow. Crazy stuff here, man. The levels of conviction are absolutely insane. They're going to make a movie about this. Netflix special about this guy one of these days, aren't they? Bitcoin after, of course, yesterday's sell-off. We were talking about that yesterday. Look at this. We held the line. Came back down, retested the 50-day EMA, and retested the downtrend line. Now, technically, a bullish retest. Yeah? Let's see how that plays out over the next few days, of course. You see how quickly the markets are getting spooked by bad news or even uncertainty in the markets. Okay, so expect a lot more of that throughout 2025. CryptoCon, great chart here. Every Bitcoin correction post all-time highs feels like the sky is falling. With data shows everything is right on track. The RSI Bollinger Band percent phases gave us the fourth cross of the 0.99% value line in November, which is the all-time high break. Next up, the fifth cross, which is the cycle top. That may make it seem like it's coming soon, but fourth and fifth crossings have been apart by 44 and 51 weeks before, which gives us September to October 2025. Now, I was on the Milk Road podcast. Go check them out, by the way, Milk Road podcast on YouTube. Find them. They're awesome. Good guys over there. This is crazy because I was talking to those guys today, and the Cynthia Loomis, she's part of the subcommittee to make a proposal, right? And so the deadline for her to get that proposal, I think, is July 23rd. Now, assuming it doesn't go straight to the floor of Congress on day one. In fact, I think they take most of August off anyway, right? Right, don't they? They take like all of August off because they're a bunch of lazy bastards. So those guys take off August. They come back in September. Then what? They sit down, debate the bill. Might take a few weeks to get it through. Maybe we see it around October where we get that bill voted on and passed. That gives us our 250K BTC top, somewhere around there. Much in the same way that you had El Salvador marking the top in 21, where it's like, okay, Bitcoin legal tender, every country's going to do it now. It's going to be new paradigm money. Everything's going to go up forever, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Interesting. Because you know what, when that bill gets passed in Congress, everything is say, this is it. This is the moment. We're at 250K BTC now. We're going to go to $1 million bucks. So America's going to buy Bitcoin, X amount of coins over the next X amount of years. And that's probably going to be the market top. You won't want to believe that's the market top because it's just such ridiculously bullish news. But that'll probably be the market top. Interesting. Ali here sharing a good chart. Said plug into moving averages to notice a consistent pattern. Bitcoin has always reached the red line during every bull cycle. Right now, that level is sitting at $211,000. Very, very interesting. It's the 1,130-day moving average X5. So that's interesting. Now, $211,000, by the way, as I said here, it lines up with the 3.618 Fibonacci line, which is something I've mentioned as many, many times being a potential top zone for Bitcoin. Maybe we push a bit on beyond that and get up to 250, 240, something like that. But if you're looking around for taking profits, if you get to the 3.618 Fibonacci line for Bitcoin, which is around $210,000, start looking for the exits, okay? Okay. Raul Pal here. One or two more things and we'll finish up and get into your questions, okay, guys? Raul says, traveling for next week's, but calm down, touch grass, BTFD, and don't F it up. Sharing the chart here for the banana singularity. Of course, the crazy zone is coming. It always comes. People keep saying, oh, well, it's not going to happen this time. Something, too many coins, something, this bullshit, that bullshit, man. As long as people have money and greed, they're going to come and buy all the dog coins, okay? And I know a lot of people have just been ground up into minced meat over on Pump.Fun. It's been pretty rough, okay? Pump.Fun's made $500 million, and most people have lost 99.99% of their money by aping into Pump.Fun shitters, okay? Can't argue that fact. But once those people have been burned enough trying to create overnight millions, some of them are going to come back and look, okay, maybe I should buy something that's not total garbage. Maybe they'll start buying the utility coins, names they know, okay? Taking a quick look at the Solana charts. Solana's still in a downtrend. Did bounce basically at the 50-day EMA, which I do like. Nice move there. Retook the 20-day EMA yellow line on the chart here. Very interesting. Not a bad, actually, long opportunity from around here, keeping a stop under the 20-day EMA, so around $230. If you get a decent breakout there, potentially runs back up to retest 295 at least, I would say, in that scenario. Ethereum continues to be the most cucked asset in crypto, I swear. Should have just full port exited that bad boy, man. All in on Solana, the Chad coin. Anyway, I guess it's the sunk cost fallacy I'm dealing with right now. I want to see it through. I want to see it get up to $10,000 and sell some of my damn Ethereum for $10,000. Yeah. Anyway, downtrend continuing. You can see, of course, lost 50-day EMA. Honestly, I don't think there's a great trade on Ethereum until it gets back over the 50-day EMA, starts showing some damn strength in the market. Has not happened yet. Okay. XRP coiling up right now. Beautiful chart on XRP, whether you love or hate the asset. You can't deny the chart looks leagues better than that damn Ethereum chart. Goodness gracious. Hasn't even touched the 50-day EMA in months. 20-day EMA got blasted through yesterday. What a dip yesterday. From $3 all the way down to 266. Gobbled right back up because people love XRP. Now, of course, coming up into resistance on this downtrend line right here. Now, when that downtrend line breaks, which at some point it probably will, we get a breakout to a new high for XRP. Okay. Let's open up the floor for your questions. What do you guys want to talk about today? Okay, 15 minutes. Kept news 15 minutes. Trying to keep it to 10 minutes. Trying to keep news 10 minutes so we have more time for your questions. We got 15, 20 minutes for questions. Let's get it, guys. What do you want to talk about? Okay, thoughts on AI XBT. My thoughts on AI XBT are that I'm still coping over not having bought it when I could have bought it, when it was only up 100% after first learning about it, and then it went up another 10x. No, I'm going to keep telling that story, okay? Look, AI XBT is an absolute beast. It gets huge amounts of attention online. I think the tech's cool. It's one of the AI agents that really stands out, obviously. So would I buy it now necessarily? Maybe look for some really good dips on it. Sure, there's still some good trades in there for it, but it's a very competitive space. There's a lot of new agents coming out that have tech that is as good or as competitive as AI XBT. It's just the front runner. Now, being the front runner can be very impactful and be very important and might be enough sometimes. We'll see. Of course, when you're the front runner too, it also gives you all kinds of money because then you get the market cap gains and the team has more money so they can sell tokens and fund it, and they're getting money from people using their services and blah, blah, blah. So it becomes more self-fulfilling that they actually then can fund moving forward. Okay. What do you think about the 80% supply held by Trump team? And yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be an issue. They're going to perma-dump that thing for the next 3 years of Trump's presidency. I mean, if you noticed, the vesting ends about 6 months before Trump is done in office. So it starts in, I guess, 2.5 months from now, they start vesting. There's a 3-month cliff and then a 3-year vest. So yeah, I guess maybe 9 months before the end of his presidency or whatever. But holy cow, this is going to be mostly vest throughout his presidency. And come on, they're going to dump those coins in the market. They're literally going to make billions of dollars doing this. And yes, they will pump that meme coin again. But just be aware, something for good swing trades and all that stuff. But if you're just going to blindly hold this thing for years, hoping for the price to go up to thousands of dollars or something, you're going to get dumped on relentlessly. Okay. Okay. Open source is the future for AI. I agree. Open source is the future for AI, and decentralization is also the future for AI, which is why I'm bullish on crypto AI projects, things like the Near blockchain, all these AI agents and AI frameworks and stuff that are being built. It's all cool stuff. We should have more open source stuff, and more open source is happening, and it should be decentralized. Thoughts on TRX? I don't think about Tron all that much. It's pretty popular. Gets good trading volume, got pretty clean charts, all that kind of stuff. People do like using it in quite a few different places, but I don't know. Never really was my cup of tea, to be honest. Do you think Joe can rebound and AVAX rebounds can reach $2 or $3? Yeah, I sold my Joe bags, by the way, to ape into a variety of AI coins, which are now down dramatically. Classic. Can it get $2 or $3? Sure. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Joe's a pretty solid coin. I didn't, when I sold my Joe, I wasn't like, this coin sucks. I was like, nah, I just want to move some capital around and gamble and play a bit. But Joe's been pretty solid, man. Joe's made a lot of money. It continues to make money. If you have a nice position of that and you stake it and earn the USDC rewards, it's nice. It's nice. Not the hottest coin in the market by any means, but it's a nice solid coin with good tech and good people behind it. Okay. Oh, this is a crazy question. If you had to sign out of your wallets, come away, pick a random day to come back and sell everything, which, oh my gosh. April 30th. Let's say that. April 30th. That's based on my idea. We get up to around 150K between now and approximately then. So it's probably a decent time to at least get out for the first peak. I still think, though, we have that potential for a second peak later in the year, or maybe just a slow grind up throughout the year. Again, we have to reassess market conditions at the time. You can't just blindly do things like that. You got to be hooked in all the time. Can't sleep. No sleeping. Actually, got to sleep. Sleeping's amazing. I love sleep. Just exhausted. Dude, I know how you feel. When will you talk about hype? Talked about hype plenty. Talked about hype around its launch. Talked about in the newsletter, stuff like that. So it's not, we haven't not talking about all the time. Don't have a bag. Of course, if you guys want to know what is in my bags, Full portfolio disclosures, as always, down below. Current holdings, OTC deals, venture rounds, all that kind of stuff, plus a risk statement, because investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all your money. Past returns don't equate future returns. Don't forget it. Okay, so but hype's doing good. Hype's doing good, but then the recent announcements from Jupiter have me even more bullish on Jupiter. That with JupeNet coming up, the buybacks, all that kind of stuff, I'm honestly thinking about selling my Aerodrome bags and going all in on Jupiter. And I would not have said that before Cat Istanbul meeting last week. But the stuff that they announced, I think, was adequately bullish to justify such a thing. In fact, I was thinking about unstaking and selling because the catalyst wasn't there. Now the catalysts are there with the buyback, with JupeNet, with everything going on. It's very exciting. Where are we at? Any thoughts on Cake and Uni? Cake, I don't know. I don't really think about it too much. I know they have had some tokenomics upgrades in about the last year, but I haven't followed them super closely. I don't really follow what's going on the Binance chain all that much. In terms of Uniswap, great exchange. I use it all the time. Token sucks. Governance token, useless. Definitely does not deserve the valuation it has currently. It's way overvalued for being a useless governance token. Everybody is just hanging on for the hopes that one day Uniswap switches on the fee shares. That's really what you want. That's what they promised at the start of Uniswap hitting the markets. Kind of never eventuated and never took a big Uniswap position because of that. Had they put on the fee sharing switch back in 2020 when they launched the token, dude, you would have made so much money. You would have ROI'd in that coin many times over, my guess is, by holding and staking the Uniswap token. But now, years in, the only people who have made money are Uniswap and LPs, which is fine. Token holders have been left out in the cold, though. I don't see why you'd hold the Uni token other than just pure speculation that something's going to happen at some point. Maybe the Trump admin, they will finally turn on the fee sharing switch. And I hope that they do. I'm not trying to throw shade at Uniswap here by any means. Just keeping it real, man. It's a useless governance token right now with a future promise of fee sharing. That's what you're betting on. Okay, we gotta catch up in the chat here. A few minutes behind. Thoughts on neural AI? No thoughts on it. Sorry. Don't know enough about it. Hello from Pennsylvania, Robert. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Pennsylvania, man. Good stuff. I grew up in Pennsylvania. North of Pittsburgh, south of Erie, middle of nowhere, ex-coal mining town. Nothing going on. Little town that's sat below the national poverty line as the average wage. Classic stuff. Was once a big town. Way back in the days when the trains still ran. People would come up there in the summer. There were big hotels in the town. Unbelievable. I remember when I was very, very young, maybe like 5 years old or something like that, they burnt the last big grand hotel down. They'd been abandoned for decades at that point, but one of them was still up. And I remember everybody from town going down to watch them burn down the last of the grand hotels in this fading town. One of the best things my mom ever did was get us out of there, move me to New Zealand. Changed my life completely. Okay, where are we up to? Fred boy. I tried to get as many comments as I can and stuff. You guys got a lot of comments here coming in here. I want to give everybody a good answer too, you know? Are you from Mars? I am not. Hello from Pakistan. What's up, man? Nice to see you here. Netherlands representing. I left the USA when I was 16. Went back a few times. Spent some time in Hawaii. When I turned 18, got a one-way ticket to Hawaii. Spent some time there. It was a good time. Good time hanging out in Hawaii. But that was the last time I really lived in America. It was probably when I was like 21. 18 to 21. Approximately lived in America. Spent about half my year in Hawaii and the other half of the year traveling Southeast Asia and messing around. But yeah. Living in New Zealand since then. Well, you know, a few other places. Went and lived in Russia for a while and stuff like that. That's another story for another day. Your hat seems too small. Yeah, might be a little bit too small, but it's, you know, doesn't matter. I only wear it for 10 minutes a day. You know, got the red lights going. Can be a bit small. It's fine. Is Wilder World getting any closer to launch? I mean, yeah, of course they're getting closer to launch. I think when they launch, they'll get a lot of attention. They've got a beautiful looking game. I met those guys in Singapore. They showed me what they're working on. Very impressive looking stuff. Now, I have not taken a position back in that, But I like what those guys are doing. Big fans of what they're doing. Big fans of the whole vibe of Wilder World. I dig it. It's really cool. Kind of Blade Runner-esque kind of stuff. I dig it. Very, very cool. Sui versus Solana, same trajectory. I mean, yeah, definitely the same trajectory, I would say. Right now, though, Sui is going through a bit of a corrective period, so we'll see how long that lasts for. Lost 50-day EMA and stuff like that, so we'll see. I'm going to chart that up for the newsletter here on, well, tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow. Recent thoughts on Brett's sluggishness recently. I think Brett is just basically waiting around for a Coinbase listing. Will they get a Coinbase listing? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. You know, I think a lot of base users are justifiably frustrated because we waited all this time. We get Toshi listed. Okay, it's fine. Great. They listed a base meme. And then today they list a new token. What was it? Venice, something launched by Eric Voorhees. So they list Venice literally on the day the token hits the market. They list this thing. Explodes, of course. So they didn't list Brett. They didn't list Benji or Miggles or Aerodrome Finance or any of the other big DeFi protocols or any of the big AI protocols. They didn't list virtuals. They listed Venice ahead of virtuals. They don't give a shit, man. They just don't. They just don't. They don't really care about your bags or supporting the base ecosystem as much as you'd like them to. Okay, they're just running a business, which is fair. They're allowed to run a business. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So right now, Brett's just, that's it, man. That's the catalyst. Brett gets listed on Coinbase, and that's the last big catalyst Brett has coming. After that, Brett's a hardworking coin. Those guys do a lot of stuff, right? But like I said, I sold my Brett for Fartcoin. Their bet's about a wash right now. But Fartcoin had a good run, corrected back. It's about equal to what Brett is worth right now. So basically a 1-for-1 trade. I think Brett's got more mimetic, virality, potential, let's say. Okay. Bitcoin to the moon. If your wife doesn't burn that effing hat. I know. It's not for fashion, guys. What if the first peak never arrives? The altcoins only start picking up after May. Then I'm holding my bags. Quite simple. They're all packed up anyway. Just me dragging them through life, man. Wouldn't be shocked. Although, historically, usually, most of the time, June, July, August are pretty lame months for the markets for a variety of reasons. So to see things start picking up in May would be not so usual. And if it does, it's probably going to finish relatively soon with some kind of peak, like in late June or something. But it does happen sometimes where you have markets pump a bit in the summer, but usually summers are a bit lame. Thoughts on Movement Labs? I think all of these moves, so a competitor to Aptos, Sui, and of course now IOTA, which is also coming in on the Move language, high transaction throughput chain. Good niche to be in, relatively cheap market cap, I guess, compared to Aptos and Sui right now. Got a lot of big backers, so potentially something worth looking at as a competitor to that. Lark, do you think llamas, love llamas, that's great picture. Do you think Matic has a run like Cardano or the time to let go? I am genuinely surprised at how utterly terrible the price action has been for Matic this cycle. It was such a big deal last cycle and everybody was aping into it. Everybody's going crazy for it. This time around, damn, it's a 41. Damn, dog, it's a 41 cents. Get out of here. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous, man. I mean, look, let's keep it fair. The vast majority of altcoins are utterly destroyed. But frickin' Matic, man, this thing's been in a nonstop downtrend for years at this point. We got our, of course, I'm going to put that on the screen for you guys so you can see. Look at that all-time high peak all the way back here in December 21. Then the next big peak, Feb 23, another decent peak, March 24. But even in December 24, when everything else was going crazy, Matic didn't even do that much, man. It's crazy. Crazy when you consider like Solana put into all-time highs, but Solana's where everything's happening at. Solana got the narrative this cycle. Last cycle, Polygon had the narrative. People were excited about it. And look, Polygon's even got like Poly Market, right? One of the biggest dApps in crypto. Apparently no one gives a shit. It's crazy stuff. Will it pump at some point? Probably. Will it outperform other stuff? Yeah. We'll see. Do you think the Fed's going to lower interest rates this week? No, I don't think the Fed lowers interest rates. I think the Fed's got enough evidence to say, no, we're not going to lower interest rates this time because inflation, core inflation did go up, even if, CPI went up. Core inflation went up. It was cooler than expected. PPI, cooler than expected as well. So those are good signs. But I think inflation is enough of a problem that they're not going to lower interest rates. So they're not going to raise them either. They're just going to keep them the same. That's my prediction. Do you hold dog on Bitcoin? As always, portfolio disclosures down below in the description. No, I do not. I like dog on Bitcoin, though. If I was to hold a meme on Bitcoin, that would probably be the one. Hawaii is great, but Democrat, blah, blah, blah. You know, I just liked living there. Beautiful beaches, good palm trees. Didn't think about all that stuff. Just enjoyed, man. Enjoyed the good vibes. Okay. Why are you wearing black? They asked that to Johnny Cash one time. You going to a funeral or something? Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. All right, guys, we're going to log off there for today. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Back tomorrow for more fun times. Peace.